So look at this right here. So right here, if this stays above this 177.25-ish, this is just a breathe back. So that would be a good add-in, right?
Right. That's kind of what I was asking. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So remember, they typically like to run up, pull back. That's a stair. Run up, pull back. That's a stair, right? So they stair step. Well, what you can do is you add in on these breathe backs, right, for the next move to the upside, and then you can continue to make money. Does that make sense? Nice.
Coach, on these breathe backs that you're talking about, does it have to break a new high to be moving up again now?
It doesn't have to make a new high, but it does have to make, it has to get beyond these. You see these bodies right here in this wick? This right here would signify to me that it's still running in the upper, right? It's going to make a new move because this is all sellers. That's a seller's candle. As long as it stays right here, it stays above and then breaks beyond this spot right here, right where these bodies are in that candle wick, you're golden. See this? All this did was created a little channel. See this? And just like you guys know, if it breaks this channel to the upside, you're going off to the races. If it breaks down to this side, it's going to start to pull. Make sense? And that's it. Repeat, rinse. So right there, if you bought in on that scoop dip down here where it pulled back, now you're climbing back up again, right? The reason you can do this is because if you were a scalper, this is what you'd be scalping, right? This channel. So now what you're doing is you're combining all of this together. Hope that makes sense. And if you guys are in the 2-minute EWO, I mean, this is just glorious. What you wouldn't even care. If you got in here, anywhere in here, I don't really care. If you got in here, none of this matters, right? None of this. I would have collected 50% here. Guaranteed I would have collected right here. You want to know why? It never pulled back once until right here. See this? This is where I take my first amount off. If it would have pulled back down here, I would have took the first half off. Anytime it pulls back, I take off. But look at it. Never did it do it until right here. This is where I collect my first 50%. Make sense?
Makes sense. But if you think it's going to keep running, oh, I guess you just want to lock in profits. I got you. Okay.
There it is. And that's why we shed, right? We always lock in profits.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Is it more like a bull flag right here, Coach?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Do you know when I think it's going to get heavy? Right here. You see where I marked this? Exactly where I marked it. If it breaks below this, it's getting heavy. This right here, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. And this is where people get scared and do all sorts of dumb crap, right? Because remember, here's what's nice, even if you add it in, right? Well, guess what? If it goes down here, you already know, well, cut the one that you added. That was literally right here. So this is your risk. This is your risk range. See it? That's it. Right here's your risk. It's less than 20 cents. See it? This is your reward. See the difference? And by the way, look at Tesla. So if you bought in on this dip, look at what you're doing now. And I told you, you know it's going in the right direction. When it breaks this what, 177.83, I told you these two bodies right here. And look at where the seller is. You already knew this was coming too. It was already clearly defined. This is another spot you have to be careful for. But if you were scalping or adding, congratulations. You all made money if you listened to me. There's another masterclass, by the way.
You know, when it comes to looking at support resistance lines versus the L2,
Yep.
like for example, with Tesla or any stock, right? You might have a line marked as support or resistance, but if you look at the L2, the orders aren't there to confirm it, but you have the history. So I guess how do you balance kind of like L2 support resistance, if you will, versus like what charted?
Yeah, that's a great question. I will always take my levels of support and resistance over an L2 all day, every day. You got to remember an L2 can be a lot of different things. Those can be fake orders that people pull away. Those can be orders that are moving all over the place. I don't put all my weight in it. First thing we always put our weight in is the chart. L2 is a secondary add-on to go with the chart. It is secondary to everything. Go with the chart first, because remember, the chart is actually creating the L2, right? So if people
Mhm.
are seeing that, hey, this is now going to be support, guess what? The L2 will start to show it. We should know it before the L2 even shows up. So if you took the L2 away, I can do it all right
Yeah.
here. But it's just another way to help me. Wow, look at that smiley face. That's so nice. There's a
Yeah, yeah.
Ross picture right there. That's a smiley face of making sure to look at the charts first and not the L2.